What's up, YouTube? Got another edition of Aquaponic Challenge here. This is yet another week later. Got a little bit more activity going on. Not too much. Everything's about the same, except for the fish. Poor fish. Got something going on with the fish. I think the day after I produced the last video and put it or uploaded it on YouTube, had a fish die. One fish. Thought, well, you know, this many, it's not that big of a deal. As you can tell, there's not very many in there. The next day I came out and there was like 3 or 4 fish dead. The next day there was like 5 dead. The next day there was like 4 dead. The next day there was 1. The next day there was like 8. I mean, it's been absolutely crazy. Not exactly sure what's going on. Been doing a bunch of Google searches and stuff. Not really finding many results except for ick, and I don't think that's what it could be. I have no clue, but not exactly sure. I've had them in here for I don't know how long. I'd have to check my first Aquaponic Challenge to find out, because it was a couple days before that. But I don't know exactly what's going on with the fish. Anybody knows anything about goldfish? If you know why they die all of a sudden after months and months and months of what they've been in here since March. It's July. They're goldfish. They're pretty daggone hardy. The ones that are left are all huge. A couple small ones, there's a little tiny one over there. And they've all been doing pretty decent. But anyway, Aquaponic Challenge. What do we got going on here? We got some major growth on the one back tomato here. This one's in the back. This one's in the front here. I've been hacking away at that sucker. Just took off a couple branches. One right there. One right here. Trying to keep it from overshadowing my nice little pepper plant here in a corner that's doing better than these 3. Still, I swear, these 3 guys have been at the exact same size like every video. I think this one and that one have actually had any growth, but this one, and I swear that one right there, the one that had that massive amount of iron depletion, I think both of those have just been like the same size. At least they drop a couple leaves every once in a while. But that's about all the action they get. Found another snail in the back there by my cantaloupe, which is actually going up pretty high. My watermelon is actually higher. It's actually right there, growing on up my trellis. Loving it. Jalapenos. Telling you what, man, I can't believe this. This is probably one of the best views right here. How about that stuff, man? And you probably can't even see this stuff. It's just absolutely crazy, though. I mean, look at this growth. Fruit everywhere. Everybody's got fruit all over them, man. Anything from these goofy-looking ones, like right here, to big old chunk suckers that look like normal ones. I mean, look at that. There's 2 right there. These guys just go nuts. Like I said, there's no lie. Every single one of them has multiple fruit all over it. It is absolutely great. Even new ones forming right up there. Another new one right there. It's great. Strawberries going nuts. Still trying to move their suckers around. Moving suckers all over the place. I just cut back a whole bunch of suckers. Cut back a whole bunch of dead leaves that were on the bottom. It's getting a little bit of water splashing onto them. But other than that, everything's going absolutely great. As far as plant-wise, everything's perfect. The only thing that's bothering me is why a bunch of these fish died. And the ones I showed in the last Aquaponic Challenge that are in my aquarium in the garage, every single one of those 9 have, like, just, I don't know, probably gained a quarter of their weight, even more, onto them. They're freaking healthy as hell. I pulled the aerator out of there. I put the aerator in here. The aerator is no longer working because we had a nice little storm. Killed my aerator. So I gotta purchase a new aerator. But and I will be putting it right back into the bell siphons to try to aerate the water for the plants, hoping that that will in turn aerate for the fish, which they shouldn't really need, because as you can see, as it drains, it's aerating right now. Look at all that oxygen going right in there. But got a little bit more tomato activity going over here. But there we go. A bunch of tomatoes popping up. This guy's trying. You can see a little tomato trying. Oops. This guy This little guy's trying, you can see right there. And obviously I got some more up here, a couple over here. And this is all the one plant. One plant has all these tomatoes all over it growing that high. Look, I mean, it's still going. It's all the way up here. This sucker's about as tall as I am, but it's about, oh, I don't know, top of the rock garden's probably 2.5 feet off the ground. And you can still see that giant freaking root mass back there. Look at that. It's just amazing. I would have thought that would cause root rot or something of that nature. But this one is just going nuts. It doesn't really get affected much at all. This one has been splashing a lot. You can see in there lots of wetness all over the ground. That's about it. This front one, look at these the tomato starting right up there. These are probably going to be pretty big tomatoes. I think this one might be Brandywine, and that might be why it's taken so long, because some other Brandywine's taken a while. But that's it for the aquaponic garden. Till next week, throw another update up. I don't know, I've been trying to go every Thursday, so maybe next week, Thursday, Friday, something like that. Or if anything significant changes, I'll go ahead and post a new video. But otherwise, you see what's going on. It's good.